Well met, and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Today's gacha stands amongst the rest for one simple reason. It's joined an elite club, let's say, an elite club of its own, and that club is videos with a trailer that gets a lot of excitement and buzz going, and the series actually comes out and legitimately exists. It seems that there's an old saying which is that if you want something done right, do it yourself. Well, Emily has done the exact opposite, I guess, in this case, and we're about to reap the rewards of it, so to speak. I don't know if that's quite the proper phrasing of it, but you know what I meant, basically. Final break. Some of you might have heard this was actually happening, others won't have. I understand the server is, it is very, very active as well. The ones that I think I'm in that I don't tend to speak in. I'm in quite a few of those, I will say. And as a result of that, I'm not sure what. I'm sure there's a lot of. I believe there's a watch parties day as well to do with this as well. So yeah. But I'm sure that it's been long awaited by a lot of people who are watching this video. As for ones over on my end, basically, yeah, I mean, I think some might have heard of this because we talk about it on a couple of occasions on Gacha Review itself, but just mentioned it in passing. But not really necessarily like what it consists of or what it was all about, or even where to go and find it in certain cases, which obviously has been covered by the description nowadays. And I could, of course, describe a little bit about like what it is because I was to a very small extent involved with this. By that I mean that I voiced a couple of characters and reviewed the script, so I do know the general premise and of course the twist at the end. But I'm going to feign ignorance for the sake of this, and obviously I haven't seen any of the visuals or promotional material on purpose for this. So yeah, I guess we'll see. And I was hoping that would that second would tie me in so that Emily would actually join at this point, so I could say, hey, but I don't have to talk about the story itself because here's the creator of it. But yeah, no, never mind. I think that's still going on. I've had time of my own today, so I can't really complain. So I guess we're just going to have to go ahead and get started and see if the link actually works or not. Okay, so you haven't watched it. Hey, you want to hop in, VC? I'm kidding. All right, here we go. So for everyone, I guess, who's seen this already in the watch party, here it is again about an hour later. So without further ado, on with the review. Ah, yes. Warning, this video contains swearing, death, violence, graphic images. Viewer discretion is advised. And actually, decently put together disclaimer. Aside from the fact that swearing and death are with capital letters and violence and graphic images aren't, I don't know why some of them got that on and others were denied, I suppose. I no idea what that one was about. Oh, hey, good. You showed up here, so about to
Hey guys.
And screaming. It has screaming too. Yes, trigger warning. Oh, a second. I just froze up the second that you entered for some reason. Yeah, like I mentioned, I've had technical issues all day, so that's gonna keep. Right. I don't get paid enough to care about spelling. Yeah, only you're gonna get paid enough to do like everything else. I suppose if there was one thing that I would have.
God damn it.
So yeah, off to a great start already, I guess. I'm gonna close Discord now. No one sent me meme images today.
Good evening, students. With that bell, this marks the end of your spring term. If you're leaving the school for these 2...
That was like That was impeccable timing in universe for a school, actually. Because normally they'll have to like either wait for a couple of seconds or they'll like press the button afterward. To scramble around for a bit, but no, that announcer just had their finger like. Oh. Also, if you're saying the video's playing too fast, I didn't. That's probably because of again connectivity.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So
No,
much.
it's because if it lags, then it compensates. That's what happens. Yeah, I just said that.
Please pack any belongings you may have and head to the gates. If you're remaining with us, please continue your day as normal until your house teachers say otherwise. Thank you for attending Lucia Falls boarding school, and I hope all of you have a delightful school break.
Interesting that the backgrounds already look eerie, even though it's meant to be like a moment of peace beforehand. But also, I thought there'd be like, I guess they're all in class at this point, so they wouldn't be occupying the hall, so to speak. But yeah, it already feels emptier than it's supposed to at the start here. But yeah.
Man, dude, I hate being here enough, let alone for the end of term break too.
It's not too bad. It's
Ew, no, who on earth is that? Disgusting. Blech. Oh wait, sorry, I gotta be more like KW. My voice. There you go.
Jacob made me.
That's gonna look
change the
crazy with all
original
the
line
lag.
for this. It used to say something else, but Jacob doesn't like the D word. What was it?
Amongst several
Yeah, it's the
others,
D-word.
and yet you cast me as the character. That one's on you.
I don't process a certain D word is a swear word, and you do. And then you looked at it and went, "I'm not saying that." I was like, "Okay, fine. It can be changed to man then."
Mm-hmm.
only 2 extra weeks. Besides, it's a good chance to talk to some people in the house you wouldn't normally interact with.
Optimistic as always, I see.
Yep.
Oh yeah, also, shout out for me getting to use my real accent for once.
He is house captain for a reason.
Fair point. I wouldn't have enough patience to deal
You know what? Speaking of having enough patience, actually, kudos on folding a shirt convincingly.
with the younger years like you do, Milo.
Really? I always thought Hazel was better with them.
That's because she's hot. 7-year-old little boy wouldn't want to behave for that.
Did he say
Dude!
7-year-old?
What?
Oh God, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, wait, did you not realize that until okay, so to clarify, the line was meant to be year 7, as in the grade of year 7, which in US terms is actually 8th grade, confusingly. No, sorry, 6th grade. Sorry, I got the order wrong. For some reason, it doesn't work like that because they include kindergarten as year 1. So yeah, that's the age range, not a 7-year-old, but a year 7.
I didn't catch that.
Okay.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Did I like the masking? Yes, and I continue to enjoy the masking. That was part of the folding compliment, but yes, that too.
She is legit my twin sister.
Your point? Hey, you know if she's single?
Anyway, how are you all
Now that's some good timed editing
already
there.
packed?
I'm normal, and I didn't bring like half of my regular clothes here. I mostly wear the uniform.
The uniform is uncomfortable.
Just explain why his bag is so small. I was going to ask about that earlier.
Yeah, and we can only be in our normal clothes for like an hour. I usually just change into my sleep clothes. They're like no point in getting changed just to get changed again to go to sleep.
I agree.
That is a fair point.
Really? You too? Even during break?
As long as you're in school grounds. Yeah, pretty much.
You are very much correct. Yes, the leaf hair clip. I mean, I guess, you got to have some individuality when we're talking about a uniform in this case. So, obviously in a realistic situation, that would be called distraction and we have to be forced to take it off. But,
Yeah,
it's
leave my
fine.
leafs
I guess
alone.
you would be the
Yeah, leave them alone.
expert. I
Leave
swear
me
you never
alone.
go home to see your parents.
Not often. I bet they think throwing money at me and Hazel will get us to love them. Definitely makes up for...
I don't know if it was the lag, but I wasn't sure if like the parents line was actually like, came in before the face shadow came in as a reaction, or if it was like at the same time. If it was at the same time, that's a very common error with gacha editing where they do the reaction at the same time as the line, rather than the character hearing it first and then reacting accordingly. But that could have been the lag, so I don't know.
Only seeing them 6 weeks a year, maybe 7 if we're lucky.
Ha! Hell.
Oh, but I used to hate Evan's design. Specific shots, really like it. Not sure why. Ah, well, perfect. I say that right, so one character acquires vampire teeth briefly. But yeah, you know.
Evan, I swear to God.
Well, we really should get going. The final bell rang like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. You're right. See you later, Milo.
Oh, it's very frozen.
I just paused it there because I was lagging. I was waiting for it to recalibrate. I was going to compliment the clock, you know, when that was on screen. But yeah, it didn't pause in time for me to do that. So yeah. Okay, now it's there. All right. I've been staring at it for hours. Nah, it's a different room. The one in the background has been like, whoa, the basketball trick everyone's seen. And there's the okay. That gives me headache. Okay, half the comments are about the lag. Should I just like do this like another day? I don't know. Because there's no way I can fix it.
You are very laggy.
But people keep pointing it out, so I'll probably just... No, doesn't really answer the question. I know I'm laggy, but, you know. Yeah, I might have to come back to this on Friday or something, because we've got D&D tomorrow, so I don't know. Guess we could enjoy the hype about this at some other point. Well, I mean, yeah, blows. Yeah, it's odd in general, but yeah, I don't know. Because I'm looking through Task Manager now to see if there's anything.
Yeah, now that we're talking about it.
And no,
fine.
it is just Google Chrome and Task Manager itself. Well, I think it's probably because I paused it. So let's see if it continues now when I play the video. Let's see.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, the sound came in way afterwards,
I'm
but let's see.
everyone is here.
Did that pencil just flatten itself? I think that pencil might do like a shadow or something, because it looks. not after being thrown at someone. No.
However, Mr. Brown asked me to do a roll call either way.
Seriously?
Yes, my apologies. Hazel Honeywood. I sure hope I'm here. Milo Honeywood?
The way I
Here.
read that.
Willow Turner?
Yeah, it's a classic thing when someone is on the register to make a joke out of it.
Present.
Autumn Hall?
Here.
Dylan Lewis?
Yo.
Morgan... Tate?
Yeah. Better fucking get my name right next time, bitch.
Blake Darwin?
Here.
Well, you know what? I'll say as well. This is and not since Phoenix Drop High have I seen, you know, a register used in this particular way to you know, to introduce characters. And this time it's a case of like introducing like new people, because in Phoenix Drop High's case it was mostly getting reacquainted with certain people because I didn't bother with, you know, anyone else who wasn't in that homeroom. So yeah, I mean, that makes and if it's some universe reason for there to be, you know, for us to get to know people without having the classic, you know, name displayed above them that classic gachas would have.
Ellie?
Actually, Elliot, but here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be sure to change it here.
And the difference between the way that Tate reacted versus Elliot as well. So we do get some character from certain people if they, but obviously not all of them are going to answer with a detailed, breakdown of them or something. But yeah.
Thanks.
Asher Eastwood?
Yup.
Jade Bridges?
Oh, yeah, here.
Ariella Foster?
You guys can call me Ari.
Hudson
That one
Green?
line has
Nah,
caused
mate.
so many issues. It is not even funny. And because this is their second term here, I'm pointing out plot holes in my own story. This is Easter break. And if these kids stay, they should know who Ari is, so there was no reason for her to introduce herself there. And I didn't catch that until I was in the middle of writing episode 5. And I went back and I was reading it. I was like, hang on a minute. You shouldn't introduce yourself like that. And it was too late. So I had to make a canonical reason for her to introduce herself in a group of people she should already know.
You could argue that Elliot would have been in a similar boat for a similar reason. That being said, you did cover your base a little bit at the beginning in terms of mentioning that there'll be like multiple years groups in the same place and how certain members of different groups don't interact with others. So there'd be a reason for some of them not to know who Ari is.
Yeah,
Maybe not Hazel
the
specifically,
register
but yeah.
thing with the name, it should be the case with Morgan and Ellie. In that case, it's just her defaulting to reading the names on the register, and their names on the register are the names that they are still legally. So it's just her reading them off, which she probably should have caught for Elliot, but it's fine. She's tired. It's late at night. Yes, that is the reason.
There you go.
That I had planned this whole time. Frozen again.
Jacob playing devil's advocate for the. Oh, there's the lag back.
Never mind.
Okay, I think what might have happened is when I put comments on the screen, it lags significantly more. So I'm going to stop doing that now. I'll still read them out, but I will. Yeah, I won't.
What's the problem?
Well, my computer in general is the problem, but it's manifesting through stream right now because that's the only thing that's being run aside from like a YouTube tab with Final Break on it. Because that's also a thing. Because because sometimes people will ask me a question about like, oh yeah, who plays this certain person? It's like, I'm glad you asked. Well, I've got the tab right open. But yeah,
He's suppressing us.
rise up, chat. See, I'm still reading things.
He is dead.
Ha ha. Very funny, Hudson. Bethany Hart?
The one and only.
Hey,
Oh, it was going so well.
Oh, that reached me like significantly later. Yeah, no, I'm still lagging. Yeah.
Hey.
It was going well to.
Great. I'm gonna give this to the house teachers.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I have another crash down, I'll just stop the review and we'll come back to this on Friday.
I hate to tell you.
From the beginning, I'm not going to keep this as the. Well, no, you don't have to. I can see it.
Milo, I believe they also wanted to speak with us both, so can you come with me?
Yeah, of course.
If I may ask, which teachers would those be?
Mr. Brown, Mr. Pittman, and Miss Carver.
Be back.
Why does she need to know who which teachers they would be?
Because there are multiple teachers who are technically part of the house.
Yeah, but why is she interested in knowing which teachers they're going to see if they're going to see a teacher?
Because they're stuck with like 3 of them for 2 weeks that are in charge of taking care of them.
Wouldn't they have already been informed of who they are in that case?
Probably not. I don't know.
Alright.
In a moment, guys.
Those are some 3 to be
One thing I've got to appreciate about like this like conference setup, because the stairs do exacerbate this, is that you actually do have like a a full wall actual space, and and it's not just a simple case of entering and exiting. There's actual stairs that are used as an exit, which I don't think I've seen in any gachas. Even when they have doors you interact with. Although this one doesn't have doors, but honestly, the stairs are a good substitute for someone disappearing for regardless of the reason. Actually, so yeah, there you go. Might have to acquire that one.
Till one day we get to the layout talk. And it will be, why is someone going downstairs to go upstairs into a different area on this floor? The actual building layout is incredibly weird.
So you mean in terms of when this was created, the layout looks it looks like an MCS painting.
No, so the actual these are Sims 4 backgrounds. Thanks, Era. So this the actual school dorm building is built completely in The Sims, and yeah,
that makes sense.
So this is the 3rd floor. This is the common room. To get to the year 11 and year 10 dorms, you have to go down the stairs on the other side of the stairs they just went up. You have to go down the stairs, across slightly, and then go up a different flight of stairs to get to the dorms. Yeah, upstairs is there's so many just random hallways. It's a very weird layout, technically, mainly this floor, because we couldn't. There is a bathroom somewhere as well. But yeah, stairs go to places stairs really shouldn't be, and we could have easily just connected a door, on a wall. And did we do that? No, we made stairs that you have to go downstairs and then walk up across, and then you cannot go across to a room on the same floor that you were on if you're a year 10 or 11. To get to the common room, go down the stairs. Don't walk through the wall, get down the stairs.
As long as you don't have any chase scenes, you should be relatively covered in terms of entrances and exits in that case. Because actually, this is something that that particularly pertains to Minecraft role plays, but I guess is somewhat somewhat applies in this case. Mini side rant when we were starting preparations for drama club and also for a different show. We're going to do a Copmon thing on the Butter Bunch, and then we never actually put that together. I said that we didn't have to build an entire set, all these different places, all these different buildings, because we could just use if we wanted interior shots, we could just build the set for the house, for the room. I mean, in a TV show, how they have incomplete sets, and we just use those, and we organically say, okay, this is how these things how these things go together. That would have made the process of so much more efficient than what it ended up being. But mostly because Shorty is an avid builder, that was an idea that was rejected. And then I believe both Shorty and Aiden didn't want to.
Doesn't want us to talk about Minecraft.
To speed up the process. So we never actually finished building the first city. I don't know how much of that was salvaged or was that much of it was cut out by lag.
Not a lot of it. I heard the first city.
Oh, okay, that was it. I've just said that,
And then the first city.
Yeah, most of which was built me. What I said was that's the reason, for experiences like that and some bits of Drama Club as well, where that Drama Club was a map, but we didn't need it to be that expansive, because but if I say, okay, that's why I'm a firm believer of inconsistent sets, as long as they don't come across that in the final product.
With this break will definitely be interesting.
Are they cool? I only really know Miss Carver.
Ah, your son?
Another problem line that probably shouldn't be there, but it's fine.
Yep.
do you want?
Last I checked, eye patches weren't a uniform.
I also want to check, if I still have a physical form when I turn around. I guess it's a good, speak of efficiency, a good method not have to, use back facing for the characters.
Come on, let us see the other pretty eye.
Oh, look up, my computer just said you have 3 performance issues. Yeah, no kidding.
Really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, no, it was all, yeah. Really, they're so in the background. Okay, well, I will, make sure to probably have to resolve those later, because it might involve, like, closing browsers and such. Or browser, I've only got one right now, but, Okay.
Let me know if you can find it then.
Ghost Kitty says StreamYard was too starstruck by how amazing this video is. It can't handle it. It can't handle the amazingness. There you go.
Well, okay then.
Custom mugs. Okay. I do. Okay, so
notice
if I
the
want
second
to
one.
hear you, results may vary. My anxiety is chronic, but okay, yeah, I see. No, I was trying to read the rest of it. It's so far in the corner. You know what? I get. Yeah, I understand why you would have missed that, because it's in the corner. But yeah. To quote, "Oh my goodness." I want to see. To quote Hamlet, something happens. What? The Act 3, Scene 2, line 87.
Line 87.
No. Fair enough. On par with what you egg, he stabs him.
Em, are you going to let us help you, or are you just going to keep being stubborn?
I've got it.
Girl, you're gonna burn the goddamn dorm down.
I will not. Probably.
I think you mean definitely.
Shut up.
I have no idea if that's proper carving technique or not, but I didn't imagine you have to, like, literally just jam the knife, but, I don't know. The infamous this Jacob Butter design debate haunts me. Well, if it haunts you, I have no recollection of this event, so,
Did you not?
Hello, Milo.
Literally, me and Bon were sat in a Final Break production text channel, and Bon was trying to work out if Mr. Brown was meant to just, like, exactly resemble you, and obviously he doesn't very well.
Yeah, obviously.
Anyway, so we just had a proper thing about making him look more like you, except I hated all of it because GL2 does not do your hairstyle very well. And I
No, that's one of the major complaints of people using GL2, is they had that chance and they squandered it.
So it was Bon trying to fix. I didn't say it needed to look like Jacob. I said it was an insert of Jacob that vaguely resembled.
Emphasis on vaguely, I suppose.
The buzz cut is ugly. I don't care. It's bad in Gacha. No default eyes. GL2 does the default
I don't need to be
eyes
Zack
and the
again.
default hair so dirty. The default eyes are horrific. They're creepy. He looked possessed.
Well, there you go. I can't exactly, complain about that. Let's see. So, Jacob, I thought for you let the record show. Well, I mean, okay, fair enough. I mean, again, this like I said, this isn't literally me. Honestly, he could have looked entirely different, and I wouldn't have cared one way or the other in this case. Because again, this is not. Yeah, I only care when something is, actually supposed to resemble me, and somebody has either mangled my design on purpose, or denied my input
He may be frozen, but for the record, he agrees with me. It's my side. I win.
The
I win, Bon.
simplicity of the design, or try to change the things when they're trying to do something for my own branding, you know. So,
I'm good.
He's not. You are so lucky that kid.
I was expecting the infamous Bond slide whistle there when the they got thrown. Also, I'm gonna leave it for a second because it was, you know, it was doing things. It was having a moment.
Yeah, look at the chicken.
Your
on the
issue
ground,
level is
guys.
critical. That it is. At least it's still on the tray, you know. At least that.
Yes.
Are here.
Did you do the register?
Yep, here it is.
Thank you. I see everyone is here. Great.
Hey,
What was I thinking with that? I don't know what that one was about.
you said you wanted to speak to us?
Ah, yes. As both of you are our house captains, we were hoping you could help us with the activities this week, as well as other things such as cooking and just keeping everyone in line.
Oh, of course.
God knows someone needs help cooking.
How are things going over there?
Great. Oh, I hate that.
I am noticing that, you know, my lines are significantly, you know, that. Do you hate that delivery?
Great.
There's always one line like gets to, you know, every voice actor and everything that they're in, yeah. In the case of KW, is her one line in People Above.
Good thing we have emergency pizza in the freezer. Would you two mind getting the
Epic foreshadowing.
others to set the table?
Yes, sir.
Do the end of term living program this year, they said. It's only 2 weeks, they said.
Aw, don't you want to be stuck with us and a bunch of kids for 2 weeks?
No.
Rude.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Honestly, not that bad in terms of kitchen steam.
It's fine. You're just lucky we can disable the fire alarm.
The original script, which Bon, I think, actually vetoed, she was cooking something in a pan and it caught on fire, which got vetoed.
What? You know what? That actually makes a lot. Okay, that makes a lot of sense to veto because why would they disable the fire alarm whilst dealing with a fire? That would have been a terrible idea. So yeah, this makes more sense.
That is why it was vetoed.
Also, Bon, the gym thing. I don't think that made it into the final product. Did it? I think it was one of the other ones.
The what thing? The da-da-da thing.
Yeah, the GM. That was from Secrets of the Plex, or well, it would have been if it made it in, but it didn't. Also, apparently, my lines got cut a lot because I spoke slowly in my takes. I mean, I was trying to be understood and make sure that I wasn't doing the thing that almost everyone does with gacha paragraphs, which is say them far too clearly, in order to just get through them in the first place. I think that's probably why I end up with so many of the longer lines in general. I think we did kind of work that out in the script a lot.
It wasn't going to go off.
Animations, animator, and logic consultant.
You know.
Very needed.
Sure, but just in case, I'll turn it back on later. I don't want to explain why the whole site's fire system went off.
Oh yeah, incidentally, was there any significance behind the code that was inserted?
So that's a reference to any
thought it might be.
Danganronpa fans. One, it's my favorite number because it's in Danganronpa. So, in the first case of Danganronpa, spoilers for Danganronpa, guys, one of the characters dies, and in her blood,
really?
behind her, she writes 11037, and the characters have a fit because they can't figure out what it means. It's clearly like a clue, but it's the breaking evidence thing of the game. Oh, it's like easy, but the actual thing, if you flip the numbers around, it spells out Leon in the way she wrote it, especially as well. It spells Leon, which is one of the characters' names in the game, and that's how you're meant to find out. Spoilers, he's the killer. But it also created a massive meme because it's kind of very obviously in the graphics Leon. Like, you could look at it for 5 seconds and see it. But it's meant to be a bit more difficult if you actually play in Japanese, because she writes his name in English.
Which is also, you know, I guess it was faster, maybe. Why was it upside down though in that case, or backwards? Why was it backwards
Because
if that was...
So her arm was broken. So she was leaning against her bathroom like wall, and she couldn't turn because like she was stabbed and her arm was broken.
Oh,
so
she was looking in the
trying
mirror.
to write... Yeah, she was trying to just write it in the way that she was facing, which was not the correct way.
It's like, ah, yes, perfect. Okay, fair enough.
You lagged, but you're frozen in a very funny pose, and I appreciate it.
I think I'm back now. Also, red rum core. Yeah, I know. Critical system and all.
Yes, first case Danganronpa Law 1-on-1.
Okay, I can. Oh, hold on a second. One thing I'm wondering is I guess like the different angles of the table kind of you know dictate this, but some of the plates look flatter than the other ones do because they're facing the tilde side differently, I suppose. I also can understand why like some of them don't have food like they've already finished because, you know, like while the famous things that's difficult to pull off is, you know, eating. So you've seen with meals all the time, especially in Gacha, you won't see them actually doing anything. And live action as well, because in live action, usually if a character actually eats anything, they've usually had like several different, you know, portions of that because it takes that need to be done. So most of the time, actors won't just won't touch the food in general. Except that one time in Harry Potter where they were actively told not to eat the food in the grand feast because it'd been sitting out for weeks, and they did, and several of them got food poisoning. But, you know, most of the time, that's usually, you know, they don't do it.
Bon, the whole thing is not Undertale. Scene 1 in this scene is Undertale. Scene, actually, and the scene just before this. Scene 3 is Beautiful Lie, which is a Danganronpa song. It's a nice song, and then another Danganronpa song appears in the scene after this. So it's not all Undertale for the record. There's some other game music in there as well. I have culture.
Yeah, you're like me, you know, very very specific, you know, either significance behind music or you know, or references from a wide array of things. I can definitely appreciate that. And I probably should especially look out for if any of them come back for any significant reasons. You know, if they pertain to a particular character or a particular tone of scene or something. But yeah, we'll see. Also, Bond says, "Color me impressed." And Ghoski said he was trying to figure out what the cups were, except they were all red cups. Yeah, I guess no one touched the red cups. Everyone likes the blue cups for some reason. You got to have like one character staring with their mouth wide open at a board game. Really invested.
A game of life. You don't stare at the game of life like that?
Not usually.
Oh, so there's actual code on that notebook, by the way, if anyone takes the time to go and, like, pause and look at it. But there's, like, actual game code.
Hang on. Oh, game code. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I thought you meant, like, okay,
he's
alright.
just planning out actual code on that thing. It's hard to see, but There is real code on that.
All right.
Fun fact for you.
Is it from are you gonna have people guess what game it's from, or is that part of the
No,
larger
it's
ARG
custom
of the
code.
series?
It's custom code that Errorless Void made. It's like it's real game code in the way of like if you put it into a thing, you could program a game with it. Like
Oh,
it's properly written. I'll tell them after. It has some spoilers. It has some foreshadowing. Well, you know the foreshadowing,
see.
but for the principle of the thing.
of course, yes. Also,
I
now
think.
you pause on this image. I can see the severed arm of the green-haired character in the background.
That's Jade. We love Jade in this household.
Yeah, I guess you have a double reference, you know, to Danganronpa 101. You have the code and you have the broken arm. That's perfect. And also leg as
Oh my
you know, a
gosh.
bonus.
References are rich.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing. When you shove a bunch of references in there, no one questions it as you on it. When it's only one or two, people are like, "Ah, yes, you stole this thing from this thing or whatever." You know. That's why take it from me. Be as derivative as possible, and they'll never catch you. Oh, okay. Bond says you say severed, but how else would you show a character with their arms wrapped around their knees? I would move the torso further forward so that and maybe like and tilt like the back of the arm here, so you can actually like reasonably. Because if you like see someone like this, you know, like to get myself against my knees, it usually if I have to have them like that, then yeah, I'm very close to them. Because the character's a little bit further away, I guess, which is still technically possible, but you know, I'm pulling at my arms right now to stay in the position. So it's either separate the arms a bit more so the wrist joint would be like here, or bring the torso forward. You know, either one works. The results did indeed vary. Fortunately, the answer wasn't kiss this time. Is there meant to be no music now? Because
Yeah, there is meant to be no music.
Okay. I mean, I suppose it is distinct from the rest of it, with a little bit of static in the background. Which is from My Love. But yeah, realistic for sure. And the time is also, you know, being kept track of as well.
Oh, indeed, Ghost Kitty. Oh, indeed.
Considering everyone else.
Final break, I guess. Although, you know, again, I'm guessing that most people who watch this particular review will already know of the premise and or have watched the video, so I didn't think to explain that part. But yeah, that happened. I wasn't in the show for very long, was I?
Yay,
Is in bed. I believe we should go to sleep too.
You did say you wanted to run down activities with the teachers with us.
I'm a prefect. I simply want to be involved.
Less work.
Also, all the guys now shouting at us because they're tired. He's resting.
For us.
However, I haven't seen them leave the staff room since dinner. Do you think something's going on?
Nah.
Yosuke says, roses red, cacti prickly. As Bon would say, that escalated quickly.
Maybe they just
Very
fell
true.
asleep. There's a table in there.
If I had a nickel for every time Jacob's cats get killed or just leave, I'd have 2 nickels. Well, in this show alone, yes. But also, you know, that's just adding like 2 very separate things together, but all right. Also, loud
You're
warning.
very-
Ah, yes, trigger
very
warning,
loud
screaming, everyone.
Hazel, would it be alright if we checked on them?
I don't see why not.
Oh, and another thing as well, at entrance and exits this wise, I appreciate that they actually like approached a different door rather than just going left or right. You know, they're making use of those dimensions that the Sims bestows in this case. Ah, now the music comes in. There it is. Every murder mystery has one.
No way, we need to watch the credits. Something happens.
Okay. Then over to writers. Us that just died. We killed ourselves, yes.
Look, they
Oh, props led into studios. Oh, did not realize that.
they've been in the server for a year.
Again, I'm not active on the server. I did mention that at the beginning, might have been cut out.
The teachers fade away because they're dead.
Of course. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. And we haven't got to. Well, but here we are again. A line of Skittleboo. Well,
Yeah,
there we go.
that's Bond's stream.
Was that what everyone was expecting? Oh, that's why Bond was so keen on, talking about the Scream, because it was his. I see now.
Yeah.
All right then.
Bon was mad at me because I didn't credit them as Hazel Screamer.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I can see that. It's the classic thing of voice of character versus singer of character. If this were a musical, it's not. But I mean, that's what people do usually. So yeah, was what Red Legend is doing now actually in terms of apparently there's going to be some song numbers in there, diegetic ones. All right. Well, sorry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I kind of like found out when that's one server that I am relatively active on. So I was scrolling through that and it's like, hang on a second, wait. So we've got like singers and characters or something. And you said like something about like, oh, I haven't like found like, male singers for Nathan or whatever. It's like, I am Nathan. So yeah, it's just like here's all the different types of singing voices I can do, all 10 of them. Is that enough of an audition for you? This was amazing, definitely worth the wait. Rest in peace, Emily, Jacob, and Aiden. And my computer as well. Yep, so yeah, and you are right. It was great to finally, see this come to life. I wasn't expecting the Sims layouts. The only place that I've seen that, well, I've seen that in two specific places actually. One of which was Puppetry by Monet. The other one is The Mutant Girl, because Ghosty did the exact same thing for the backgrounds of Illyria High School, except that they were like reskinned so they would look more so they would look more like traditional gacha vector images. As I've said before, I personally have never had an issue with gacha backgrounds look different to vector images or just in general what we've come to know them as. So yeah, the Sims backgrounds, while they looked a little bit eerie at first when it seemed like it was supposed to be somewhat peaceful, they're definitely gonna work wonders from now on. That's for sure. So yeah, I think that's probably that's gonna work out. But I guess to each their own in terms of this. But the distinct advantage, of course, is again the use of those actual angles and the ability to do that. and like I said before, the entrances and exits, with with a couple of strange additions here or there. There's the animation definitely shows off again the underrated Bond skill of lighting, because not everything is suspended in darkness the whole time, so it's easier to notice that kind of thing. It's good, at least you provided him with another outlet that wasn't Fallen Angels to, flex that muscle, so to speak. So, also, I'm sure, very appreciated. And yeah, in terms of just the general flow of it, we're not, obviously we haven't fully, met everyone. We didn't do like a full-on roll call of roll call of like the students and that, but not necessarily like on a full introduction just yet, because that's gonna, well, I say it's gonna come in later. I know it's gonna come in later because I was there for that. But I guess, but I guess like what I'll say is for this video, what we got was definitely enough to get going. I suppose the only difference is like the main characters feel very standard or similar to each other as of right now, because I guess, well, they kind of would, because they're supposed to be a bit more they're supposed to be more grounded and down to earth. Like this was, you said before, this was mostly written in like the style of how your friends converse in general. So it does make sense for there to be some sort of for lack of a better word, uniformity to that. We're not dealing with your super over the top gacha characters in most cases. Tet is an exception, but we'll we'll cover him later, I suppose. I guess it's also worth noting that as far as the cultural relevance of the Tate reference in general has thankfully declined since the conception of the project. Although who knows, that guy shows up in, like every few years or so. So, oh, and that's my parents, I think, telling me that they're out of battery. So another thing that I've got to recalibrate aside from my entire electronic system. So I will summarize this by saying, aside from the one line by me that was, I don't know why that take was selected of like, did you do the register? But it's like, whatever. That's just a beat for me. Voice acting in general, a general from, for everyone was, pretty great. Definitely, I'm wondering about like the directorial process in terms of how that, 7-year-old line versus year 7 got caught in there. Maybe that was just an oversight, but yeah, like you would seem to be surprised by that right as we were watching this. So, what so like I guess this was a bit of light. I think I'm back now. I didn't catch that, but I'm sure that the audience did. So yeah. Okay, if you're still here, because I can't hear you right now, but if you're still here, go ahead and yeah, go ahead and like give your final thoughts on Final Break as a whole, I suppose, or
So episode 1. First of all, this was written a very long time ago. I think it's 2 years now, I think.
Again, when was Tate last relevant?
Yeah, when a certain Tate was last relevant, and in fact, if this was written closer to the time, I fear his name would have been quite different. Charlie, perhaps. Unfortunately, he wasn't cool enough when this happened, and I guess he's not really relevant anymore. But yeah, it was written a long time ago. Future episodes certainly get better with writing. When I had set my assignments for this about a year ago, so with other episodes I've had time to go back and change any lines and fix stuff from things that were written like a year ago. Episode 1 was done and like were being worked on, so I couldn't quite fix the mistakes very easily. Yeah, the Evan line, that's I just didn't catch that. He was a replacement for you because I didn't like the duality of your two voices in the scene. I just didn't catch that. I fear. I've been worse. Ari was also replaced in the middle of this episode. Thank you, Bon, for dealing with my line replacement requests. But yeah, her voice actor just disappeared in the middle of it. So thank you to Maya, who stepped into that role. Obviously none of this would have been possible without Bon, who I paid to do the work for me, because I can't animate, and I wanted to like my series. And we all know how me making my own things go.
Oh yeah, from It's a Nightwolf Life, yes, we know.
So I am proud to say that I like Final Break as of now. It only took me money and time. Yeah. It took a while. A lot of things were happening with Bon. I was fine with that. Honestly, I always said this would take a lot of time. And now episode 1 is out and it's fun. I started this series when I was, oh my god, age drop. I've dropped my age here before. I started this concept and asked Bon to animate me for when I was in year 10. I'm now in my first year of college. So it's been a long time. I'm now older than my characters as well. Or I'm nearly older than them. So that's also weird. I started as younger than as 2 of them. So
well, yeah, I was gonna say some of them. It depends.
Yeah, been a while, but it wouldn't have happened without Bon, who dealt with my very terrible management skills, I must say. Including me forgetting to ask them to put the warning card at the start, and Bon going, "Are you able to stitch that in yourself?" And me going, "So how do I do that?" At 1 a.m. So I was so tired.
Well, first of all, you write 2 in capital letters and 2 in lowercase. You know.
Yeah, I'm not good at this, and Bon deals with me. That is how that goes. But
you know what? He's dealt with Shardy before, so you know he's used to it. But you know, whatever you would have been like, you know, can't be worse.
Yes. So thank you, Bon, for doing all the work for me. Thank you to my VAs for mostly putting up with the massive wait. I asked them for their first lines a year ago, and then contacted them a year later to do episode 2. So they have certainly upheld the patience requirement of -1 person who died. Not literally, I think. Well, she literally disappeared off the face of the earth. Her account was, like, gone. And the head teacher, actually, she's not needed anymore, but her account's also, like, it says moved account, and I don't think they ever joined back on the server, so sorry if your credit's wrong and you're watching me.
Nah, just credit them as moved accounts. Why not?
I should have. But yes.
Classic TMG problem. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not just their problem, it's just how it goes, I suppose. The voice actors who have stuck around know the deal by now. Which reminds me, I've got to send Nova some information.
The Butterverse curse, I fear. Yes, Bon is very much the brain, and I am very much the brawn. I wrote a pretty series and then threw money at Bon. That's my contribution.
I wrote a pretty series about murder.
I found the music, guys. Bon had to turn it into an audio file for me and had to do all the cutting and the timestamps for me. But I found
no! You used to make music videos. How do you not know how to process audio files?
Because the program I had that Ghosty gave me, completely it died. And also for the record, how I used to do that was I would screen record the videos and then use those screen recordings as audio.
Okay. You know what? In all fairness, I did that too. A few of my songs from 2016 are like that. I will admit, yes.
That wasn't the aim, but my program died midway through, and I couldn't find a good one without nearly catching a virus on my entire laptop. So,
maybe
and
I've
then
done
Blonde
that.
said it was okay, and you didn't need timestamps. It was the start of the song.
I mean, if all of the songs, if all those tracks were to be played from the start, then yes, that would be, that would make sense. But I guess the question is then when to cut off, the audio. Although in this one it seems like most of the that's what I was gonna say. This in this case, most of the time the audio cuts when the scene is. I will say, again, from Mutant Girl, some of the time the music actually continues past a scene, to tie the ideas together or see if they're happening simultaneously, or might just be a transitional song in general. So that's not always the case. That's probably where the confusion came from. So yeah, I guess for future reference, that might be why, or just say all the music fades when the scene fades or something like that. I don't know. All water the bridge, it'll go much more swimmingly from now on, much like the water under said bridge. Yes, I'm sure.
Yippee.
All right then. The whole playing from the start thing would have been a safer assumption, I would have thought, but the ending part I see. Which is also partly like why I handle the music and sound effects for all of my projects, because it would be easier than having to coordinate with another person for that. Most of the time even get the editors to film certain things. Is a managerial skill all to itself. So doing the music and sound effects, yeah, whatever. It's the final hurdle. Not too concerned about that. Although I know that some people have the opposite. They prefer like filming the gacha stuff rather than like editing and putting it together. I'm sort of the for me. But there you go. It's worthwhile in the end. So then apparently a little bit of waiting is required because of other stuff. So all right. Well, I guess that means we'll be seeing this a little bit sooner rather than later. In terms of why not? So yeah.
In 2 years, guys.
Of course, yes, exactly. Sooner rather than later. With that time frame. So yeah. Thanks everyone. Please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. And as I've done this already, I'm gonna go back and return to the death plane from which I've been cast into, both in and out of universe. And on that note,